NFL fans, welcome back to the Crash Out NFL podcast, the con podcast. Y'all are the con artists. That was cringy. I'm so sorry. I'll never say that again.
Hey, 2 days. We got 10 subscribers. I think y'all are doing a good job, but we need y'all to do more. Okay, listen. I just made this up. So when we get 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway. But we're only going to do it if we reach 1,000 subscribers in a year. So y'all need to be getting the subscribers if you want a chance to win $1,000.
Get the subscriber count up. We already had a $20 giveaway. We're going to bump it up to $1,000.
To $1,000.
Yes, all right.
I swear. Like, we're not even joking.
Anyway, on today's episode, we are going to be going through what we learned on week 1 plus the weekly roundup at the end of the episode. Anyway, we're going to jump right in. No intro or anything. Carlyle, why don't you go ahead, or actually, before we start, let me explain to you.
Wait. Before we start, I need to have an announcement. My name is not Carlyle. I know everyone who's watching this thinks my name's Carlyle. My
What?
name is actually, I almost just said Diddy. But I just said Diddy. My name is Diddy. No, I'm just kidding. My name is actually Owen Lookout.
Oh my gosh. If I haven't accidentally said his name enough in previous episodes, or you
No,
haven't
he hasn't.
already known,
Yeah.
his name is Owen, not Carlyle, but we're going to call him Carlyle.
No, actually, I'm gonna start going by my new name, Olivia. No, I'm kidding.
What about like Diddy? That's a great name.
No.
All right, anyway.
Don't joke about Diddy. That's my dad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway,
No, I'm just playing.
let's
Keep
stop
that
getting.
in. That's funny. Keep that in. Keep that in. That's
Let's
funny.
stop
Keep
getting
my
this.
Diddy. All right,
Let's stop
anyway.
getting this. Anyway, guys, let me explain to you how this is gonna work before we start. We're each gonna go through 3 takes of what we learned week 1 of the NFL season. Obviously, week 1 just happened this past Sunday. It is Tuesday at the time of recording. It's either Tuesday the day I upload this or Wednesday the day I upload this. But anyway, Carlisle or Owen or Diddy, why don't you go first?
All right, anyway. So my first take is going to be about the Vikings-Giants game. And I think Sam Darnold might be this year's revival quarterback. And I know that might be a hot take, but let me just go through his career path. Because actually, I think he's kind of underrated. Jets, he wasn't great, but he wasn't in an ideal situation for a rookie. And that is a lot more harmful than you think. Because if a rookie QB or a young QB is in a good situation, they build a lot more confidence, and confidence is key for prospects. For example, I'm just going to throw this. Zach Wilson was probably not an ideal situation, and I think he would have failed anyway because I didn't really like him as a prospect. But I think that contributed to his failure. Meanwhile, like people with immediate success, like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, they've been put into pretty good systems. The Chargers being able to win now before the draft of Justin Herbert for the Phillip Rivers era. The Texans have a lot of surprisingly really good wide receivers like Nico Collins and Tank Dell. And then Joe Burrow, when he came back, had a super duper NFL ready Jamar Chase with already crazy chemistry with T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. His O-line was horrible, but I mean, like, that's okay because they made the Super Bowl. Anyway, yeah, so that's why. So Sam Darnold did not have a great start to the career. Panthers also just a horrible situation, but he actually didn't look horrible in his last season with the Panthers. Looked okay for getting a few snaps to the 49ers and just demolished the Giants defense. Granted, the Giants defense isn't great. They actually have a sneaky good front seven with Kayvon Thibodeau, who had a sneaky good year last year. Stexy Dexy, who I think is currently the best D tackle in the NFL. And then they had Brian Burns they traded for. He's a pretty good edge rusher, top 10, top 15 kind of guy. So, yeah, I think the Giants have an okay defense. The secondary isn't great. Losing Xavier McKinney, Adoree Jackson. Deontay Banks didn't look great last year. But he looks really good. And I think he, just going off last game, was a top 3 quarterback. Just going off last game, along with Baker and Josh Allen. More on Baker Mayfield later. So, yeah, stay tuned. But, yeah, anyway, so every year it's kind of a revival quarterback. You had last year it was Baker Mayfield. 2 years ago it was Geno Smith. It was Ryan Tannehill. Kind of have a lot of revival quarterbacks each year from early round picks. And I think this year's going to be Sam Darnold. I don't think he's going to be a long-term starter with the Vikings, but I do think he will start somewhere after this year. Maybe the Browns. All right.
More on the Browns later, actually.
Does that feed into your take after this is going to that?
No, actually, it would have worked really well, but that's my last take about the Browns. Anyway, my take. I'm gonna have to go. So
wait, no rebuttal? No.
No.
Or anything? Okay.
Yeah, I will rebuttal. I don't like Sam Darnold. This happened to the Panthers a couple years ago when he was playing the Panthers. He looked really good for the first 3 games. He went 3-0. But after he finally played a good team, it all just went downhill from there, and he got benched. Baker Mayfield signed to the team. He got benched. Ultimately leading up 2 years later to Bryce Young being picked first and him also being bust. More on that later too. Goodness, so much
I mean,
foreshadowing. So much
we're getting really
foreshadowing.
good at this. Anyway, let me just
Goodness.
point this out. My takes last video looked really, really good. I mean, you don't want to go against my takes. I mean, Josh Allen looked great. Saquon looked great. Micah looked great. Malik Neighbors didn't really look that good because Daniel Jones is. But Tiavontre Sweat looked pretty good. I mean, my takes look pretty good right now. And I didn't pick the favorites. I just picked the guys I think are going to get it, and I think it
Yeah.
looked good. All right, next take.
Let me add on to that. I'm really sorry if anybody actually bet on Atlanta. I'm really sorry. I didn't think Kirk Cousins
Should
was
have bet
that
for
buns.
Patriots. I got another one right.
I
I got
I
another
didn't
one. I mean,
think
I
I
was on
didn't
fire.
I didn't think that Atlanta would lose. I didn't think Kirk Cousins would just have buns game and just defense looked good at least. I mean, they did cover the spread, so like I mean, sure. But
Patriots really
anyway,
covered the spread. I mean, they killed the spread.
I mean, going on my take, if any of y'all watched the Chicago Tennessee game, which I'm pretty sure none of y'all did, but I did because I'm a Titans fan. Obviously, if you did watch it, you'll notice the Titans went up 17-0 at halftime, had a pretty good third quarter, and then just fell apart in the fourth quarter, which is just classic Titans. That kind of just sums up their franchise, right? And a lot of people, Titans fans especially, are hating on Will Levis right now. I just don't understand the hate, right? It's
He
one
doesn't get
game.
it.
It's first game back, right? So you can't expect. I get it. Expectations are high, but obviously Will Levis, who only had 8 starts last season, so didn't get the full rookie season experience, also was out for some games, got injured. But I mean, yes, bonehead plays. That pick six was ridiculous. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. But like, there's just so much hate. I see people always saying Mason Rudolph week 6, guarantee it, and that Will's not the guy. Dude, you got to give it time, right? Let's go back to 2020. Joe Burrow drafted rookie year, right? Doesn't have a very good season, gets hurt. Next season goes and makes the playoffs, right?
That's
So, I
different.
mean,
That's different.
obviously,
Hey, hold on. A better analogy is Josh Allen. I would use Josh because Joe Burrow's rookie wasn't that bad. I'll use Josh Allen there. Use Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I don't really know the Josh Allen situation, but I mean,
It
he's
was. It
telling me
wasn't
he
very
was
good.
okay.
Josh
So he
Allen's
wasn't
better.
very good, but like, obviously, he's now MVP candidate, as what Owen Diddy Carlyle said. Um, he's the MVP pick right now. So you got to go. You got to just keep faith in Will Levis. Now, in week 4, if he's played 3 buns games in a row, throws a bunch of interceptions and gets benched week 4, then I'd lose hope in Will Levis. But now, after 1 week, is not the time to start hating on a quarterback, right? I mean, like, you got Daniel Jones, and people still have faith in Daniel Jones, which I don't know who does, but I know there are people out there that still have faith in Daniel Jones. You need to have faith in Will Levis, right? Offensive line, okay, let me talk about the offensive line. The right side of the offensive line did absolutely putrid. The left side did great. So, like, Will Levis just needs to learn just to experience pressure on both sides because last year the left side is where he got all of his pressure from because he had Buns left tackle and Buns left guard and Buns center. So that all the pressure was coming from the left. So he's just got to learn pressure on both sides. So I mean, if you give Will Levis some time, hopefully you'll see against the Jets and the Patriots, or not the Patriots, the Packers. Hopefully you'll see how Will Levis can be good in certain scenarios, right? Anyway, that's my take. Anything to say about that?
All right, I will say. I'll just say this. I think Will Levis would not get a very long. I think he'll get a shorter leash because he was a second round pick. That's what happens a lot in the NFL. Like Deshaun Kaiser, Geno Smith, they didn't get as long leashes as like Sam Darnold and Bryce Young and those kind of guys. So yeah. All right. Anyway, on to my second take of the day. I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield's last season was no fluke. And I think he showed that against the Commanders. Granted, the Commanders don't have a great defense. But, I mean, he was perfect. I mean, like, he was good. I mean, he was really, really good. And I think that shows that Dave Canales, I mean, he probably helped, but I think Baker Mayfield always had it in him. Actually, I think Baker Mayfield has had a sneakily career. I mean, like, he's a little inconsistent with the Browns. But I mean, like, the Browns are the freaking Cleveland Browns, the worst organization in football. And he wasn't near that bad. I think he was the best, like, he was the most stable quarterback starter the Browns have had since maybe 1999 when, like, they were reinstated to the NFL. And don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure on that. But that may be the case. I think for a 4-year span, he was the most stable quarterback they had. And he was not great at the Panthers, but I think just Panthers are just impossible to be a great QB4 because everyone's bad for them. Just everyone. But then he was good with the Bucks last year. He was good with the Rams. He was there for like 3 weeks. He was really good. He was good with the Bucks. And I think he'll be good again this season. And I think his revival season was not a fluke. And I think he's going to be a good quarterback again. I think the Falcons win the NFC South with the Buccaneers from the NFC South. The Falcons not looking great against the Steelers. Kirko not looking great at all. Panthers are a joke. Saints, I think the Saints are just kind of like a paper tiger game. I think the Bucks are still the class of the NFC South. All right, to you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Baker Mayfield is probably one of my favorite players in the NFL right now.
I do I like him as a person.
He has had a sneakily season, right? Or just an career. Like, people think of him as another Browns bust, but when you think about it, he took them to the playoffs that one year and actually beat the Steelers, who went on an 11-game winning streak. Actually went undefeated from week 1 to week 11 after they just kind of had a little Eagles collapse. You know what I mean? But he has had a sneakily career. All right, on to my take. So, did y'all watch the Saints-Panthers game? No, y'all didn't. That's another game y'all did not watch.
I watched it.
Oh, okay. Well,
like I have YouTube TV, so I like the boom, 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 boom. I was mainly watching the Bengals game, but I had it on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get to my take. Bryce Young sucks. He's bad. He's really bad. He's an absolute bust.
By the way, all right, quick trivia. You know Bryce Young is the second quarterback ever to throw an interception on the first play of the season?
That's kind of crazy, actually.
You know who the first is?
Who?
Sam Darnold.
Oh, yeah. That was a pick six, right?
I don't remember it.
I think it was a pick six. It was against the Lions. I remember the play. It was against the Lions. But anyway.
Hey, wasn't it Jeff Okudah?
No, it was not Jeff. No.
It wasn't Jeff Okudah?
No.
Because I remember he had one.
No, Jeff Okudah was drafted in 2020. Like 2021.
2020. Because he drafted Joe Burrow draft.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when that was.
Yeah, he was third pick of the draft. I remember. Anyway, Bryce Young is buns. He's horrible. Stat line: 161 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 43% completion rating. Passer rating of 32.8. You thought Will Levis did bad. Let's look at Bryce Young's stat line. Absolute buns quarterback play. Like, gosh, if he wasn't already terrible, he's just even worse this season. Obviously, the Saints they have a solid defense, but it's not that good. It is not that good.
The Saints aren't even that good.
They have Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, and Paulson Adebo.
Demari Davis.
No, I'm talking about DBs.
DBs.
They got Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, and Paulson Adebo. Like, that's
Marcus
May. Marcus May left. Marcus May is gone. Marcus May, I think, is on the Jets now. But Marcus May. Yeah, Marcus May.
What about Turbo?
Just to make the Saints DB core even worse. Obviously, Saints fan, I'm not doxing you. Y'all had a great game. Happy for y'all. But, like, Bryce Young is a certified bust. It's like, just give it up already. Give it up. He is a quarterback, too. He was not a good prospect from the start. He was on a tough Alabama team coached by Nick Saban. Obviously, he's going to be a good prospect, right? He's 5'10". He's 5'10". He's the same height as my dad. Like, that's crazy. My dad's probably a better quarterback than him.
I mean, he's smaller than the guy doing our YouTube shorts right now.
Yeah. Like, he's smaller than one of our editors right now. Like, are you kidding me? He's a freshman in high school. Are you kidding me? So
you can't say that.
He's in high school. He's not a freshman. He's in high school. To say that Bryce Young still has a chance of being good, still being better than CJ Stroud, horrible. Panthers, there's a viral clip going around right now of y'all's quarterbacks coach at CJ Stroud's pro day being like, we'll be happy to have you in Carolina. A couple days later, Bryce Young gets the call. He's on Panther now. I am a firm believer that if CJ Stroud was on the Panthers, they would still not be good. But they would be better than if Bryce Young was on the Panthers because CJ Stroud was put up in a way better position. They had millions of dollars in cap space when he came on the team. Revamped the offensive line. That's really good. Nico Collins had a breakout year. I still thought Nico Collins was good, even when Davis Mills was quarterback, because
Yeah, he was underrated.
I went to the Texans game and he kind of lit up. He was wide receiver 2 behind Brandon Cooks, and he kind of lit up the Titans. Even though we did win that game 17-10, he did light up the Titans a little bit. So I'm still a firm, and still, the Panthers are just a poverty franchise right now, right? J.C. Horn did absolutely putrid that game. Just gave up on a play. Just gave up on a touchdown. They lost Derek Thomas for the season.
Derek Brown.
Derek Brown. They lost Derek Brown for the season. Trade away Brian Burns. Have absolutely no DBs, no receivers. I mean, they have Deontay Johnson, but I didn't even see him. Adam Thielen, I saw him on an overthrown pass. That's my take, pretty much. It's just anybody believing in Bryce Young still, just stop. Just stop. It's different from me saying that Will Levis has to have hate stop when Bryce Young was already bad his first season and then just does worse his second. Unlike Will Levis, who did his first season and then just had a stinky first game. But that's my take.
Yeah. I mean, Dave Canales is known as the QB whisperer, so come on, let's go. Anyway, my take also has to do with some rookies. So actually, it was pretty close here. I was going to talk about Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr., and I picked Marvin Harrison Jr. because he's on my fantasy team and got me 1 point, and I lost because of him. So frick Marvin Harrison. Anyway, so yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. had 1 reception, 4 yards. And I bet a lot of people were like, what's the deal? I drafted this guy second round, and why wasn't he used? And my answer is, I don't think he's going to be used as much as we thought we were. Actually, right before we did this, the Cardinals offensive coordinator came out, and he was like, I'm kind of surprised the Ravens put so much effort in taking out Marvin Harrison. But that's okay, because we got Kyler dishing it out to him, to Trey McBride, to James Conner, to Greg Dortch. And it's so my sum up of Marvin Harrison is he's not going to be used as much as we thought in the season. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think you want him to ease his way in the NFL. That being said, normally wide receivers, it's one of the most, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying out of most of the positions drafted early, it's one of the most easy to transition to the NFL. Because you see a lot of wide receivers coming in the NFL immediately and having an immediate impact. Puka Nacua, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ. There's all these guys that come into the NFL and have an immediate impact. And I think, I think Marvin Harrison could have done that. I think him and Malik Neighbors both could have done that. That's not the Cardinals' plan for him. Let's see if it works out. All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to rebuttal, but I'm just going to throw up a quick stat. He was only targeted 3 times.
1 reception, 4 yards.
Yeah, I don't know what plays he was targeted on. Maybe screens, some quick slants that was overthrown or something like that. But he only got targeted 3 times. So that's either one of 2 things. It was a run play, it was a read option, or he just didn't get his route off quick enough for Kyler to throw it, or offensive line didn't allow enough time for Kyler to get the ball.
There was one play where he was wide open in the end zone, and Kyler threw it to how did you see that? It was he was wide open, and he threw it to a 7-yard gain, which wasn't bad, but if they did that, they probably would have won. All right, next take.
Wait, real quickly, off topic. If your team gets a 6-yard play, are you happy? If it's first down or second down and your team gets a 6-yard play, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to be the only one. Yeah, no, I'm when I see that my team gets a 6-yard play on first or second down, that's it. That's good. That's good. Not a bad reception. Anyway, irrelevant. My final take is that a while ago, I made a take about the Browns, how the hate against them needs to stop. So as of right now,
is it tough?
No, it's not tough. Stupid.
This is my hair.
Gosh.
Continue. Come on, we gotta go quick. It's gonna cut out again.
Anyway, so if you guys have not heard, Deshaun Watson may have a new sexual assault charge against him, meaning that he might not be playing for the Browns in a few weeks. So
and that is rough.
if he's not
But
playing,
he's a bad quarterback, and the Browns are happy about this because his contract is.
well, if he's not playing, I don't think the Browns are going to make the playoffs at all. I feel like he's the guy. I feel like he's the guy.
Jameis Winston might be better. Jameis Winston might straight up dog be better for real.
However, though,
gang.
a lot of people are hating on the Browns right now just because they lost by a decent amount to the Cowboys. You got to remember, you're playing a week 1 Cowboys team. This is like last week where I said that you're playing a week 1 Dolphins team, or like just an early season Dolphins team. This is like playing an early season Cowboys team. Early season Cowboys are obviously someone like if you literally watched just week 1 and then just turned off the NFL and just never watched it again, you would have thought that the Cowboys won the Super Bowl this year or the Dolphins won the Super Bowl this year. That's just not the case right now. So I still do think the Browns hate needs to stop, but as of now, Deshaun Watson may not be playing for the Browns anymore, which is not good for a lot of their team. They still got a solid defense, even though defense did not play very good. But if Deshaun Watson's not there, I don't know what's the deal. Anyway, that was my final take of the episode. Carlyle, if you want to finish out yours.
I did not my takes.
You did?
I did Marvin Harrison, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right. So
well, in that case, we're good. So, do you want to do the weekly roundup? Do you even have a weekly roundup? If not, I'll just cut this out.
Dak Prescott got an episode, and Dak Prescott got a little contract. It was a big old contract. He's getting kind of overpaid, in my opinion. If you want some more intel, ask Current Swint. He's a Cowboys fan. He knows what he's talking about. Actually, it'd be really funny if all y'all watch Ask Current Swint. Okay, we're done.
All right. We're finished.
And let's see, some other stuff happened. I swear. And Joe Burrow's him. That also happened.
Oh, cool.
Joe Burrow's just the greatest ever.
Is there anything?
Jamar Chase is also pretty cool. We're gonna have some YouTube Shorts this week. Cool. Getting our YouTube Shorts, and the senior class of Hall of Fame came out, and that's pretty cool. All right, that's it.
Anyway,
see y'all later, con artists. Get our subscribers.
All right,
you need our subscribers.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out our new YouTube Shorts that they're gonna come out.
To your mom, to your dad. To
your
grandma, to your dog.
Make sure to like, subscribe.
Everyone.
Make sure to send this to your mom, your dad, your dog, your fish, your cat.
Dude, I'm being serious. Like, we need y'all to subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, we need 1,000 subscribers.
Like,
okay?
$1,000 giveaway.
I know you're watching right now, and I want you to tell everybody to subscribe. Everyone.
$1,000 giveaway.
$1,000
giveaway.
You're gonna tell everyone to subscribe. We're good.
Nobody forget about the $1,000 giveaway, okay? Anyway,
text your grandmas and be like, subscribe to my friend's YouTube channel. Okay.
Who's a weird person you should send this to? Okay, send this to your mom's second uncle. That's a great idea. Send this to your mom's second uncle.
And your goldfish. And your goldfish. I want this.
They might like it too.
25 goldfish subscribers. I have a thing for goldfishes.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys next time on the Crash Out NFL podcast.
All right, bye.